Steve Melewski, and a look inside the minor league farm system as Steve is all over the place trying to keep up with all of the baby birds coming up through the ranks. And we are joined with Steve now as we take a look at this. And starting off first and foremost, Steve, there's been so much talk this year about the development and the reopening of the international pipeline for the Orioles. And it really all starts in the Dominican Summer League with a particular shortstop that you've taken a liking to.
Easy guy to like. Maikol Hernandez, age 17, was one of the big dollar signings, Melanie, by the Orioles earlier this year in January. He and Sam Basallo both signed for $1 million plus, $1.2 million for Hernandez, the first time the Orioles have ever signed a player to that figure on the international front. So you look at the stats right now, but first of all, let's mention he's already ranked in top 30s. As you can see, number 11 by Baseball America, number 19 by MLB Pipeline. On the stat sheet, okay, he's not tearing it up right now, but you love to see 12 walks to 10 strikeouts. I mean, this is a tall, lean player. He's got room to put on some weight. Just 17 years old, out of Venezuela, 6'3", 175. He's a plus runner, burning down the line. And his movements on defense, just very fluid and smooth. Really good defender. So you've got a young kid who's a plus runner, has a big arm, potential to be a 70 arm down the road, some scouts say, with good power potential, already showing some plate discipline. He'll probably move up next year and be in Florida, in the Florida Complex League. And when you think about some of the Orioles shortstops at the higher levels, you know, guys we're starting to see move up, Gunnar Henderson, Jordan Westberg, and so forth. This group, led by Maikol Hernandez at the lower level, is coming behind them. So you keep the wave coming, keep building that elite talent pipeline.
It's going to be pressure on pressure, and something we've heard a lot, too, for Orioles fans who keep saying there's so many shortstops in the system. It's just that other reminder that shortstops are pretty versatile, athletic players, and so there is plenty of reason to give them that attention. But you mentioned the Florida Complex League, so let's keep in the shortstop vein and move up to that with Isaac De Leon.
Well, you know, when they got him as the player to be named later for Richard Blyer, he's just a name on the page, right? You don't know much about him. But then look at what he's doing. Age 19 from Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic. He moved to the States this year in FCL, the Florida Complex League, and he's hitting 300. His OPS of 762, so already showing the potential with the bat. 30 games, really solid numbers there in the Florida Complex League. This was a player originally signed by the Miami Marlins on July 2nd, 2018 for $275,000. The Orioles acquired him as the player to be named later, August 1 last year, for Richard Blyer. His idol is Francisco Lindor. Already since he's been in pro ball, he's added some weight. You know, you wonder if he'll outgrow shortstop, but some feel he has a chance to stay there. So you've got a good defender with power potential. Again, this is exciting. And I think here, Melanie, with De Leon, we are looking at likely the starting shortstop in Delmarva opening day 2022. So again, international. 30% of Major League clubhouses are international born. And we've seen Mike Elias and Kobe Perez build this international program. And here today, we know two players. One they signed themselves, one they acquired by a trade. Both exciting young prospects.
And I know that that's why that Dominican complex that's being built for the Orioles is so important, because as Maikol Hernandez is working there now, to see that successful transition for Isaac De Leon, that's tough. Everybody talks about the jump to AA, but for these international guys to come to the States for the first time, and he's producing those numbers that you just ran over, that's something that you really shouldn't look over, even though, as you just said, he is 19 years old. So let's go even further north this time. Cody Sedlock, he had an outstanding performance. The Tides, who had really kind of scuffled to start this season, seem to be finding their way as some of this talent gets infused up at that upper level. That 2016 first-round pick, 5 innings of no-run ball Friday night for his AAA debut. That's not the first strong AAA debut we've seen this year for a nose pitcher.
No, it's not. It's exciting to see. And, you know, Cody Sedlock is reminding us Friday night, hey, don't forget about me. I was a first-round draft pick here in 2016 as well. So he's had a little bit of an inconsistent year. He was not lighting it up at AA. He was 5-3, pitching to a 4.60 ERA, 62 innings, 67 strikeouts. The numbers were okay, not great. But then Friday night was really a good outing. It kind of showed the potential of what we could see from Cody Sedlock in that AAA debut. 5 scoreless, 3 hits, no walks, 6 strikeouts, 65 pitches. He was touching 95, 91, 95 with his fastball. He was getting a lot of swing and miss on both the slider and changeup. Put it all together for one night. Now I think for Cody, it's that consistency. Can he now begin to do that more often? This is his best challenge, AAA, chance to let the Orioles know, again, I'm still here, don't forget about me. And oh, by the way, they have a whole list of players. They have to decide who they will protect on the 40-man in November, including Cody Sedlock, who they did not protect in previous years. So that pitching depth, you know, John Means came out of nowhere. When he was at Double-A Bowie, his ERA was like Cody Sedlock's this year. So, I mean, you can't, I'm not saying Cody's the next John Means. No one is saying that. But there will be pitchers over the next few years the Orioles hope will surprise with their performance. And the talent has always been there for Cody Sedlock. That's how he got drafted in round one. And Friday night, he put it all together.
Well, he's been backed up by some big power bats as well. They were tearing up Memphis, of course, the Cardinals' AAA affiliate. Colton Cowser, though, this is a guy who's obviously been in a lot of headlines here lately. When we went off air last night, we were talking about Delmarva being locked up in a tie in the 10th inning, and Cowser continues to deliver. I know this was someone, I went to Aberdeen, and they said, why aren't you watching Cowser down in Delmarva? What are you seeing from this kid, though? I mean, he's an immediate impact.
This is a walk-off single, his first as a professional in the bottom of the 10th last night. I, Tuesday night in person, saw that kid hit 2 balls with exit velocity of 100 plus. And the one you just saw, that rocket off the wall, came with the bases loaded. Didn't miss a grand slam by much. He gets cheated out of a few RBIs because you only get credit for a single there with the bases loaded in a tie game in the bottom of the 10th. But after John Rhodes tied that game for Delmarva in the 9th, Cowser hit that rocket off the wall in right center field. He's got an 829 OPS, 2 doubles, 4 RBIs in his first 5 games there. His OPS is 1.100 as a pro when you count the Florida Complex League. So what a great start for him, Melanie, and those draft picks in Delmarva. They're 5-0, and they've scored 46 runs this week. So they're building the winning feeling there. And it was just great to be around those kids this week. Their camaraderie, it just comes pouring through how much they like each other, support each other, and they're off to a great start. I mean, you know, Fredericksburg's had a tough year, okay? They're playing a team that's kind of a second division team in that league that you hope they'll beat, and they have. They've beaten them in blowouts. They've beaten them in close games. Great first week at Delmarva for Colton Cowser and the draft picks.